So we just got the machine unloaded. It's a good little track back here. And got here bright and early this morning. Just got it all fueled up and some grease put on everything. I got to clear a little path through the woods to stay off the grass in front of this cabin. Gonna be fixing a pond dam that blew out and putting a new overflow in. So let me get my little trail clear back there and I'll show you what this project's gonna be about. Well, I made my way through the woods and as easy as I could through the backyard here. So here is the start. I'm going to grab that leaning tree, this tree. This is the start of the old pond. And the pond dam's broke and I don't think they ever really dug it out. I think they just threw a pond dam up. And so I'm going to dig all this out, get it down to at least the depth of the creek there, and probably clear a few trees out. The pond dam is actually through there. I'm not going to walk through all that tall wet grass right now, but the break in the pond dam's over there, so I'm going to clear all those trees out and make a burn pile over there and dig some good clay out of the hill to fix the pond dam back, put a new overflow in, and then dig all the sediment out and take it back over there and spread it out on the hillside and or behind the pond dam. Hopefully, I'm thinking as high as this stuff is, it'll be pretty sandy and I won't need the mats because I didn't plan on it. If I do, I'll probably just cut some logs out of these trees here and just use those for now. I'll just have to see when I get down in here. So right here is kind of the old pond dam, and what I'm going to be doing is come in here and clear all this off right here, and I'll probably dig me some good dirt out of the side of that hill for to build the pond dam back. And the new overflow, I'm going to take it out of the old creek channel and put it right here, make a new ditch right here, and this will be the new pond dam going across. The old makeshift pond dam, this has been broke for a long time. It was right over here. This is actually one of the old culvert pipes that was in there, but it's broken, all washed out. So I'm going to actually clear these trees out right here, this big one, and probably move the pond dam back and tie it into that hillside over there real good, and then take all that extra dirt and waste it back here, and then do a nice spillway coming around over there. Venture my way out to the old pond now. Stabbed the bucket in the ground in a couple places and it seemed okay. I've cut me 3 logs out of these trees before getting too excited. That looks a little wet right there though. I'm going to try to go down that edge over there. It's the shortest path. Might need that log too. I better take it with me. deal with, that won't be bad. I can move these logs over here to the side now, because I can make it across that. I thought it was a deeper channel out here somewhere. Dam right here, this little ridge. What I'm going to have to do is clear me a path over there to get out, because once I dig the pond, I'm not going to be able to go back through it to get out. Topsoil dam, but I think there's enough water flow, it's going to be all right. Probably do a burn pile somewhere about right in here. Gotta get this stuff down and let it sit for about a week and dry out some. Then I can burn it all up. Across the pond, and that's kind of the old shoreline. I've cleared all this right here and around. I'll be getting my good dirt from the pond dam out of that hillside right there. I left that tree. I'm going to try to keep it. I'm going to try to do the spillway between that tree and that hillside. That should kind of, you know, help hold that ground in place. The dam's going to go right here, so there's really no need to take that down. And I was going to take that big tree down, but now I think I can stay on this side of it and leave it be. That way I'm not disturbing it so much. The new overflow is going to sit right here, and then the pipe's going to be laid in this old ditch right here, so I'll have to clean this out. But other than that, here's where I don't exactly know what was going on right here. Just kind of some dirt piled up. I don't know if that was the old pond dam that the previous person tried piling up or what. I'm going to rake it out. Pull some of the grass out of it, weeds, little bamboo. So this is where the new dam's gonna go back across, where I'm gonna fill this in. That was the old pond dam, so if I can clear it and go right back up in there, I have to take down those two trees right there, but that won't be the end of the world. So I've made my way out to the old pond. That's where the old dam went across. It was just like a little 4-foot wide dam, hence probably why it busted. I'm probably going to tie into the back side of that and fill it in from there all the way to those trees and make it, you know, a good 30-40 feet wide there. Get that mass in there to hold it, because there's a lot of water that comes through here. and I'm gonna probably raise it up about 4 feet higher than water level. That way it'll have the mast there to hold it, and then when it floods it'll just run around the side over there onto that virgin ground over there, and that'll give me a good place to get rid of all this sand and dirt pretty much. So I'm gonna run down this edge over here, because once I dig this out I'm not gonna be able to come back in here. And right now I'm sitting on a sandbar about 3 feet higher than the water level, and I'm just gonna dig it down to water level, and that's gonna be pretty much the grade for the pond. If I go any deeper than that, it's just gonna be a lot of mud to have to deal with. So do that and dam it up. That should give the 5 to 6 feet depth we're looking for. I'm gonna run down this edge and knock some of these trees and bushes down and kind of get it cleaned up. I'll reach over here as far as I can and kind of clean up this mess along the shoreline, just so there's a little nicer defined edge for the water. It won't come no ways this high right here, but at least it won't be a lot of crap, you know, hanging down into the water. Sand back so I can soften that slope just a little bit. Set the laser up and check a few grades, put some flags up for the water level so I know where everything's gonna lay at. Probably about halfway down that bank right there. It's just gonna be a rush to get this built, because once I put the overflow in, I gotta put the overflow in first, let that cure a little bit, because once I start doing the dam, water's going to be backing up, and it's a pretty good little flow of water, a good amount of water flowing in here, so it's not going to take long for this pond to fill up, probably overnight. So I've kind of got to get all this mud and everything stockpiled and rock and roll when the time comes. It'll slow down about half that much probably back up and go around, and I can reach across and grab that. Alright, well that edge is pretty well cleaned up now. So I set the laser up, put the water level back to where it was, and kind of put some flags. You can see a little flag right there. And I put a couple over there for where the water's going to be. Back over there, and it's going to back up in this creek channel a good little ways, which is fine. It'll kind of help slow the water down. I'm going to go up there and cut that corner out a little bit, put it in there to kind of soften that slope a little bit. But I can't do a whole lot more today. I'm going to come over here and make a cut and cut everything down to the water level and lay it over here. A little bit of a soft spot here where these logs are, and just get this dirt laid back so that it will dry out some. And pretty much I'll burn that next weekend and maybe move a little dirt down and get it ready for to get the pond dam put back. And it's going to be a pretty much build the pond dam and get this dirt out as quick as possible. I took down these couple trees that had been eroded from the creek bank over time, and I'm restoring it back now to where it was. There's snake number 4 for today. There was a weird bend in the creek right there, so I just cut that corner off and straightened it up. I'm going to take all this dirt and waste in there because it was coming in straight into this bank and then eroding back out, washing all this out. So I'm pretty much just straightening the creek up and getting it to flow a little straighter and stop creating so much erosion. And once the pond is dammed back up, it's going to back water up in here, and that should help slow it down so that when it's rushing down this creek, it's not, coming straight into a bank and make a 90-degree turn. That's when stuff gets eroded out so bad. So if I can just make a nice sweeping turn, it will fare a lot better over time. So I don't have great dirt to work with. It's just whatever I have right here is what's going to go back in that curve. It's all just old bottomland dirt down here. It ain't really good for nothing. Luckily it's really sandy, so it dries out pretty quick. I can dump out a bucket of liquid dirt there and it firms up pretty quickly. I'm not going to be able to drive the machine on it by no means. And yes, I know I need my grading bucket, but I don't have it with me right now. I can't haul them both at the same time. Like I said previously, I was not worried about trying to bring it today. I didn't know I was getting involved with this, but the clearing went a little quicker than I thought. And I wanted to go ahead and do this while I have time today to make as much progress as I can. So if I can rough it in, then I can come back with that grading bucket and slick it all up and make everything look nice and pretty at the end once it dries. ponds don't. This crap right here does. They like laying in that tall, wet grass. They don't really hang around, you know, the whole body of water. They like the little wet areas. So actually the pond will not create mosquitoes. It's all the wetland around them that lead up to them is where the mosquitoes come from. Probably throw a little of that dirt back this way to get enough. I'm going to cut this pond bank back some. That's going to give me all the dirt I need to fill in this spot. I didn't have enough for pulling that side back. That creek had eroded the yard so bad. Now is this probably going to stop it? No. If it just kind of prolongs it, slows down the erosion, there's nothing you can do about creek banks unless you just dump a crap ton of rock in there. But I'm hoping with building the pond back and having that extra water right there, it should have enough resistance where it slows it down. That can get a good bed of grass planted on it. Get some root matter in there. Grading bucket would be handy. Oh, I just got stuff all over the windshield. That's going to be a lot easier to maintain there now. Before it's just a big drop off. I want to get it where he can be able to mow right up to the, pretty much, if he's got a zero turn, he'll be able to run around there when I'm done. Not have to spray or weed whack so much. little more dirt out. So I want to see if I can't wear a little paint off the inside of this bucket today. I'm going to go ahead and start digging this bank out over here. I'm just going to make one cut, lay it back, make sure this stuff is going to dry out all right. So pretty much I'm cutting the pond in right now. There's no going back in here now. I don't know, that might be solid enough. As you can tell, it's just about pure sand. I'll take all that and waste it over there. Maybe this will kind of drain this down a little bit. Hopefully get this up, it'll dry out some, so it'll be a little easier to grade out and move around. When that time comes, shortly I'm going to be digging underwater here. Get everything I can piled up right here. Probably cut a little of this out right here. Well, this is going to be a wrap for today. Got all the clearing done, and I laid a track width back over there and got it stacked up so it can kind of drain and dry out some. So pretty much what I'm going to do, there's the old pond dam right there, if you can call that a dam. I'm going to make a pond dam all the way across to that tree level. That'll be the new pond dam. It'll come across, tie into this flag, and I'll dig out all this. This brush pile will be burnt. I'm going to get the clay out of that hillside and then use all that dirt out of the pond to build the hillside back and raise up all of this area right here to make sure that the water never goes across this pond dam. And the spillway will be from that tree to in there. Well, that dressed up nicely. Oh, that's going to be underwater over there. You can see how much I cut out and got laid back. So next weekend when I burn that, I'll probably finish cutting this out and get it laid over there, and then the machine's going to have to probably stay over there because I'm not going to be able to come back through here. I don't know, I might be able to. Depends on how muddy it gets. It's a fairly solid bottom. Alright, back next weekend.